We ride, we learn, we travel, and we're always looking for the next adventure. My name is Brian Lee, and I'll be your host for Horsing Around the World. Welcome to Horsing Around the World, San Diego. In this episode, we'll visit Baena Vista Farm, home of some of thoroughbred racing's future stars. We'll see these athletes at each stage of their development before they graduate to the racetrack. Next, we visit the historic Warner Springs Ranch, where they've been serving up Western hospitality to travelers since the days of the Old West Butterfield Overland Stagecoach.
It's really a destination for the equestrian community.
Then we head west toward the Pacific Ocean coastline to take a lesson with Coach Dennis Campbell and Team Captain Carrie Fugit of the UC San Diego English Equestrian Team. And just down the street is the Del Mar Horse Park, home to the Show Park series of hunter jumper competitions, one of the West Coast's most popular showgrounds. Then we're off to the Del Mar racetrack. Step right into the heyday of this Hollywood getaway as Mac walks us through the actual racetrack. All this and more in this episode of Horsing Around the World. Our first stop is only a 1-hour drive from downtown San Diego. I'm here in East San Diego County at Baena Vista Farms, speaking with Manuel. Manuel, tell us about the area we're in right now.
Okay, you're just walking into the foaling barn. This is where actually everything starts.
Is there a certain time of the year that you really want the babies to be born, or?
Yes, it is. Everybody wants the early foals, so they will start breeding on February to get a January foal. Once that happens, I can get a good night's sleep. Yes.
So Manuel, your living quarters are just on the other side of this wall, and you have a window out here into the foaling area. So there is a night watchman that stays here,
That's
and
correct.
when it knows it's about to happen, and then it notifies you if it happens during the night, that you can see what stage by just looking out the window and coming assisting whenever need be.
That's correct. Just in the month of May or April, we have 5 foals, 5 delivers, and 1 night. So that is busy for our small facility.
Wow, that's a busy night.
It's a busy night.
So Manuel, this is your last mare that's getting ready to foal?
That's correct. This is the last mare.
How soon do you think she will be due?
Well, according to the due date, she's due on the 15th. A couple of days before, she tried to give you some signs, so you start bringing them into the stall to get familiar with the stall.
I see. So she'll be in there for maybe at least 2 days before.
2 days prior.
How long is the gestation period for a horse? 1 year? Or?
341 days, 345.
So just under a year?
Under a year.
Now in the breeding process, are these all live breedings, or is it a collection? Or?
All live breedings.
So that's required for the racing?
That's required for the thoroughbred.
Now what qualifies them to be called a thoroughbred?
Well, that's the breeding line, the jockey club, you know.
So the lineage of the breeding
lineage. Exactly.
And the pedigree. We leave our mother-to-be and head to the paddock for an up-close encounter with racehorse mares and their brand new foals. This particular turnout is just all of those horses and those foals that have been born just within the last 2 weeks. Looks like there's 4 of them in here right now. This mare had her foal, and now she's already in foal again.
Well, she's been bred, and it will take about 15 to 17 days to ultrasound the mare and find out if she's in foal, see if she took. Typically, they'll give you birth every year, and that's only the way that the owner of the mare can make a profit, you know, by having a foal every year. Manuel
then takes us to the covered round pen to see how a yearling is prepared for his very first rider.
That's the early stage of breaking a yearling. You're going to see him here in a minute. We'll drive him a little bit. Driving is that we work 2 sidelines and get used to the ropes behind the legs and around it, and teach him to turn left and right. So by the time you get a rider on, he's familiar. He's already been broke to right, to turn left and right. This horse has 2 weeks now into the training right now, and he's already up to this. We're looking by Monday, we'll have a rider on. When the rider gets on, he's going to move his legs. He's going to touch him with the whip. So that's pretty much what we're trying to do.
So you want to have it learn that ability to get on there and just with sound commands, walk right out and
Yes.
be stately in its entry and into the gate.
Into the gate, yes. We're going to go outside here and look at a couple of 2-year-old colts.
The next step in training is to take the 2-year-olds out to the private quarter-mile training track to learn how to race.
So this is part of their initial training as we have the 2 young 2-year-old horses coming around and they're doing their walk for the first round. They just go around once as a walk, or?
That's correct. We just walk them once so they're relaxed. And then we start in the jogging, warming up. And then we start loping and do a nice gallop. This particular 2 young colts here, they're already about near 90 days in training. Once the rider gets on and they spend 2 weeks in the round pen, and then we start bringing them into the track, into this little training track.
Okay.
Okay. So I feel pretty confident now to send those 2 colts, even to the main track. These 2 colts are ready to graduate from our facility to the next step.
From Bayena Vista Farm, we head to Warner Springs Ranch.
If you'd like to stay in a historic adobe, take a beautiful trail ride, and then take a dip in a hot springs pool, then Warner Springs Ranch is the destination for you.
Well, Warner Springs has been a getaway spot for Southern California families for quite a few years. We've got 18 holes of championship golf, hot mineral springs, tennis, horseback riding, hiking, mountain biking trails. It's really kind of a throwback to the way resorts were half a century ago.
Where are we headed?
We are going to go out this trail, and we're going to go past the chapel and down by the cemetery. And then right up here to the left is a chapel, which was founded in the 1830s. It's very nice. It's all original. It's open to the public, so you can go in there, check it out. And then this is the Paula Indian Cemetery. It's founded in the late 1730s. All the wreaths that you see that are around the fence line are typically all bright colors like blue, orange, pinks, yellows, and they hang them all on the crosses like you see. And then as they fade over time, they hang them on the fence line. The Paula Indian Cemetery is actually privately owned by them, so you're not allowed on the property, but you're allowed around it and allowed to explore it and check it out. And that peak that you see straight ahead, that's actually the tallest peak in San Diego County.
What's it called?
It is Rock Peak.
Rock Peak.
Or Hot Springs Peak. It's actually quite neat. It's a beautiful view. You get to see all of this area.
What is your longest trail ride here?
The longest trail ride that we have is about an hour and a half long. There's about, on our maps, there's about 50 different trails.
Wow.
Now, depending on that, we have numerous different trails that just go left, go right, and you can choose whatever one you want to go to. You can always go to them and explore them, see where they go from there.
Well, these springs come out of the ground at about 140 degrees,
Wow.
Which is too hot to go into the pool. So we gravity feed it down through a heat exchanger. We use that excess BTU heat energy to heat our chlorinated swimming pool. And then when the water temperature gets down to about 115, we put it into our big Olympic-size hot springs pool, where that temperature in there stays about between 103 and 104, which is just about right. The historical significance here is that the Cupeño Indians, the original inhabitants here, used this water as their lifeblood. They bathed in it, they cooked in it, they kept them warm in the wintertime. But yeah, this hot springs has got a long, long history in San Diego. The ranch is known as a great equestrian getaway spot. People who own horses can bring their own horses here. And we're also located on the Pacific Crest Trail, which is a noted equestrian trail that runs from the Mexican border to the Canadian border as well. And we've got open pastures and a whole variety of riding terrain. So it's really a destination for the equestrian community.
Next up, we head to Tartan Farms, home to the UCSD English Equestrian Team. We've just arrived at Tartan Farms to visit with the UCSD English Equestrian Team.
I'm Dennis Campbell, and I'm a trainer here, and I'm also the coach for the UCSD team. And we have about 25 riders of all different abilities.
My name is Carrie Fugit. I'm captain of the UC San Diego Equestrian Team. We're about to have one of our lessons. We've got 4 riders here come out for one of their weekly lessons. We just do courses and appropriate to our skill level, and we're just going to come out and enjoy this lovely San Diego weather and just enjoy a Friday afternoon in the arena. So enjoy.
We kind of have a mixed bag. Most of the girls come from a hunter jumper background, but we have quite a few girls that come from a dressage and an eventing background. There's only 2 kinds of jumps we have to practice: the eye fence and the distance fence, and that's a little bit of what we're going to work on today. We're going to do some distance problems, some eye fence problems, and then no matter what course you ride, if you know how to jump an eye fence and if you know how to jump a distance fence, you can handle any course. So we're going to start off now, and what the girls are going to do is we're going to go in a little bit of an order here, and I'm going to make an X out of this little narrow jump, and they're going to land, and we're going to start kind of counting strides down to that horse head jump. And then once we get a stride figured out to that, we'll stay with that stride, and then we'll come back and we'll work on an eye fence, which will be the single fence here. So I'm going to make the jump, and why don't we start now? They're going to land, and they're going to start counting from the landing stride, and they're going to do a bending line, and by controlling the amount of bend and controlling their speed, they can control the distance to the second jump. So every course is going to have an eye fence and a distance fence. So this is a distance exercise. So now we're going to add the eye fence, which is going to be this lattice jump. So we're probably going to look for like an 8 from this horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. You got your eye fences in good, you got the distance fences good. These horses are all leaving the ring better horses now, okay? And that's the important thing.
A horse is a horse, of course, unless that horse is named Lulu.
So this is Lulu. This is only one of the 4 horses in the country. Lulu came from Germany, and Lulu is a horse that can do walk, trot, and canter based on pressure from the leg or pressure from the rein. So you're walking now. Now we're gonna close the little trot. There we go. And posting trot. Right lead and walk. We go to these shows and they don't get a chance to warm up. They pick their horse out of a hat. They get on the horse, they fix their stirrups. I will walk them to the ring and put them in the ring, and they just go right in the ring and they execute. These girls are working hard and they're studying, and they obviously have such a passion for horses to be able to do this and go to a school like UCSD, for instance.
We've got people from all different levels. Like Dennis says, we have riders who show Grand Prix in the A circuit, and we have riders who have never been on a horse before in their life. Being able to ride horses and be on a team is the best combination ever. I never thought it would work so well, and it really, really does. If I have anything to thank for this UCSD giving me is the UCSD Equestrian Team, because it's been amazing.
As we wrap up our jumping lesson at UCSD, we head over to Show Park for a hunter jumper competition. Here we are at the beautiful Del Mar Horse Park. This exceptional facility hosted 2 of 5 rounds of the selection trials for the United States Equestrian Team's 2000 Olympic squad.
Have you had a good show here at the park?
I've had a quiet show here at the park. My Grand Prix horse just jumped today for the first time. He was tired after last week, so I did a little class this morning.
I think we have a few more days for this show and then it's over.
Yeah, we have tomorrow. There's just some smaller classes and some young rider classes and amateur classes. Saturday there's a $5,000 Classic and a $50,000 Grand Prix, which we'll be in, myself and Duncan McFarlane.
And it's going to occur right here on this field?
It's a beautiful field. It's one of the nicest arenas in California. It really is beautiful. Footing's
quite
great
beautiful.
in the ring.
And it's a $50,000 purse for this.
Purse, yeah. So should be exciting. They normally get a good crowd here, and it's a beautiful setting.
With 2 grass fields, multiple rings, and the beach just 2 miles away, this venue is at the top of most West Coast competitors' list. Next up, we head to the Del Mar Racetrack. On the sunny afternoon of July the 3rd, 1937, the original laid-back Californian himself, Bing Crosby, stood at a turnstile collecting tickets for this new seaside racetrack, Del Mar. Having been bitten by the racing bug, Crosby and a bunch of his Hollywood buddies hatched the idea for a horse palace by the ocean, where you could play all day, party all night, and leave the cares of the world behind. Here we visit with Mac McBride of the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club, who gives us a behind-the-scenes tour of this amazing facility.
I guess you'd call this an iconic photo. That's Bing Crosby here on opening day in 1937. And he's taking the ticket of the very first woman, the very first patron ever to come to Del Mar. If you weren't listening to Bing on the radio, you'd stop and listen to when Seabiscuit ran, because they'd broadcast all his things too. So Bing said, I have an idea. So he got the owner of Seabiscuit, a gentleman named Charles Howard, to come on the board of Del Mar. And he said, Charles, why don't I get a really good horse, and why don't we have a match race? You get your horse, I'll get my horse, and we'll have a match race right here at Del Mar. Bing sent a guy to South America and bought the best horse in South America, a horse named Ligarodi. They had a match race at Del Mar. They put up $25,000 cash. Now this is 1938. That was huge money. Bing threw one little more twist in there. They happened to run the race during the hour that his live NBC radio show was on. Now everybody in the country is listening to this match race on the radio, and they run the race, and it's a hellacious race. The 2 horses going head and head, nose and nose, all the way around, and Seabiscuit muscles up right at the end and beats him right on the money, just like he always did. And that race put Del Mar on the map, Bing the great promoter. And he's the reason we have Del Mar to this day. So we're going to go down to the actual racetrack. In the year 2007, it was mandated by the state of California that all thoroughbred racetracks in the state go to engineered surfaces. It was felt that the engineered tracks were safer and kinder to the racehorses. They've actually proven to be very much so that way. And we installed a track. The brand name here is Polytrack, and it consists of primarily it's sand. It also has rubber, recycled rubber. It has some carpeting materials in it. There's some Velcro in there, some hot wax, a few other items here and there, and it's working well, and we're very, very happy with it. Opening day at Del Mar is an event all unto itself. It is the hottest ticket in town. Lovely that we do a hats contest. We call it the one and only truly fabulous hats contest. The hats range from just gorgeous, gorgeous flowers to people with horses standing on top of their head, one of every kind. It really is neat. It's an event all unto itself. Opening day at Del Mar is an A-class ticket all the way.
I then speak with Joe Harper, who has guided the racetrack through a period of growth and success.
You know, Pierre Balouc, Peb, who is a great cartoonist, and caricaturist. He has been a lifelong friend of mine ever since I can remember. So I talked to Peb, and he went to work. And we have this incredible mural that goes back all the way from the early days of Hollywood with Bing and our founding fathers back there, through with modern people and jockeys and trainers and owners and interesting characters. Del Mar is such a unique place. The old Hollywood feeling is still here. It's family to me. I mean, Del Mar is like one of my kids. I just, you know, it's got a feeling, it's got an ambiance. I don't know whether it's the ghosts of all these people up here on this mural or what, but it's a happy place. And and we just really enjoy making it happier as we go through the years.
Our final stop in San Diego is the beautiful L'Auberge Del Mar Resort.
Hi, Diana. My name is Brian.
Hi, Brian. Welcome to L'Auberge Del Mar.
Thank you. Let's go take a look.
L'Auberge is a perfect beachside getaway with plush accommodations, gorgeous views, poolside cabanas, and signature restaurants. It's perfect for weekend retreats, romantic getaways, and family vacations.
What are some of the special amenities about the L'Auberge?
This is our Rose Suite. It goes for $1,500 a night. My favorite parts about this suite are the fireplace, how spacious it is. You have, you know, 2 very large rooms. The balconies don't hurt. The gorgeous ocean views. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest parts of this hotel is we're right on the water. You know, you have your dining area, beautiful bathroom, a great space to spend time together. This is our beautiful Pacific Terrace. It's perfect for a sunset soiree, a beautiful event. It's our largest event space. Obviously has a gorgeous view.
Tell me a little bit about this room that we're in right now.
This is one of our deluxe guest rooms. They're all on the first floor on the inner courtyard side, and they all have these beautiful cabana-inspired patios, perfect for enjoying breakfast or lunch or cocktails before dinner. And all of our guest rooms are very similar. They're all about the same size. This is our award-winning signature restaurant, Kitchen 1540. This is our executive chef, Paul McCabe's baby. Very special to him and everyone at the hotel. This is our most popular table. This is table 42, very romantic, right by the fireplace. And we also have a beautiful patio outside with cabanas and lanterns. It's very romantic at night.
So if you're here and you want a romantic dinner inside, be sure and reserve table 42.
This is our beautiful spa by the sea. All of our treatments here are inspired by the ocean. Everything's very coastal feeling. We have these beautiful signature treatments called the Seaside Sojourns. They're incredible.
Well, Diana, I know that L'Auberge seems like a great place to stay because of its close proximity to the Del Mar racetrack.
We love racing season. We even celebrate with a huge party. Every year, opening day, this is the place to be.
Is it booked pretty early?
Absolutely. We're almost fully booked for opening day already.
So a lot of horsing people love their dogs. Are dogs welcome here at the L'Auberge?
Yes. This year, we actually decided once Sophie came along that we would allow petite pooches to stay at our hotel. So anyone with dogs, they are welcome to come stay with us. And we treat dogs just as well as our human guests.
Diana, thank you and L'Auberge for joining us for this episode of Horsing Around the World.
Thank you so much for having us.
Let's go action.
Okay, here I am at Warner Springs Ranch, getting ready to head out on the trail ride.